106.5.
Om hierdie ongelooflike kunstenaar saam met ons in die ateljee te hê. Hy het, ek dink laas kom kuier, né? Wanneer laas was hy in
Of dalk 'n jaar voor dit. Ross, when were you here last?
It was about a year ago. Hello, got it.
Hey. Sorry, we speculating here.
Jaar terug, ja.
Hoorie man, dit is so lekker om jou hier te hê, want ek sê vir Nina, you've been in the music industry for so long, and you've done so much, not only for the South African music industry, but also for young and up and coming artists. And it's always so nice when we meet people, new artists, and we can tell them, you know what, he's one of the nicest guys in the industry, and after 20 odd years or whatever, so grounded.
Thank you, man.
And it says a lot about your character, but it's so nice having you back.
It's nice to be back.
And you're looking so fit, eh?
Thank you.
Are you running around the
I'm trying.
What are you doing?
I'm still in Joburg, but like I'm just running around. I haven't boxed in a while.
Yeah.
Since the fight, but I want to get back into that. But just been running around and the usual.
Doing the gigs and
the gigs keep me fit. Yeah.
Listen, but that boxing, people don't understand how boxing really takes it out of you.
Yeah,
it's a different kind of fitness.
No, it is. It's the next level, It's you can beat yourself in that because you talk yourself out of so much.
But have you given that up a little bit? Because I mean, there's only so many times you want to get clapped before you have to start saying.
After I did the Kevin fight, me and Francois spoke about fighting, and I said I'll lose that fight either way because if I beat you, then every Oakie's going to want to beat me up because, and I'd never want to hit Francois. But if he beats me, he'd write a song about it. So you don't want that.
It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose. So I said no. Yeah.
So what have you been busy with, sir? Because I know there's some new music. We got a new release that came out in Feb, and we'll play that a little bit later and stuff. But have you, except for gigging, have you been writing a little bit more? Have you spent some more time in the studio lately?
I've been in the studio so much. I've been writing so much. It's been incredible. I've just got myself on that kind of system now. I'm just working. I'm writing a songbook. I'm writing something more than an album. It's just I'm just writing as much as I can.
And do you feel like it's after so many years and now getting into a proper groove as well, that it's almost a little bit easier to express yourself music-wise? Because you know where you want to go with stuff. It's not as difficult as it used to be.
I think there's a lot more I can reference, maybe. Yeah. And that's a thing. And
which comes with life experience, I guess.
No, definitely. But it does get harder depending on the mindset and where you're trying to write and what you're trying to achieve with the songs. Yeah. It's you can go down different roads, the radio and trying to be a little bit more catchy, and then you can go down some rabbit holes of some really weird stuff, which is also a lot of fun.
Let's stick on that before we get carried away, because I want to talk about those rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my English airtime are running out. I want to speak about that, and then maybe life experience as well.
So before the break, we were chatting about your writing and maybe writing a little bit more for radio or going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Being in the industry for so long, do you still think of writing for radio and then want to do that? Or are you in a space where you're just like, I just want to write what I want to write?
It's different challenges. Sometimes you want to write within parameters because if you tie your hand behind your back, it actually sometimes is a cool thing. Like I wrote a song with Dan Patlansky once, and who's a far out writer.
Yeah.
And when he came into the session, I just took the guitar out of his hand and I gave him a bass guitar.
Yeah.
And I said, let's write a song. You know what I mean? I disarmed his major thing, his major punch. We put that aside for that, and he worked on the bass for a lot of that session. So trying different things and actually taking away your best asset sometimes is a good way to come up with
something new
creativity. Yeah.
Now, I want to get a little bit deep here because I feel like Ross can probably explain this from a proper musician's point of view. But we mentioned going down the rabbit hole, and I know you've had some demons in your past that you needed to get out as well. If we look back at somebody like Chester from Linkin Park, there were so many signs and cries for help and stuff that was hidden in the music that we only realized after.
Yeah.
Now, how much of that personal stuff that you were going through did you put into the music that you're now happy to say, you know what, it was there, but I'm fine with it?
Yeah. I think like Chester, a lot of it was his recovery. He was putting that stuff into the music, and eventually, unfortunately, got the better of him.
Yeah.
I've written a lot like that as well. I wrote a song called Ghost. And it's sort of a suicide note in a way, but it's not. It's sort of saying goodbye to the ghost inside your head, that other voice. And a lot of my stuff and a lot of my new journey in my life is about learning to defeat that player X, that other person, that other gamer in your mind.
Yeah.
There is definitely someone else there. And I think that person, somebody says, stay on the couch, don't do that. You know what I mean? It talks you out of amazing things. And the minute you just don't listen, life is amazing. It starts to really happen. And I think that's the main thing. So songs, that's my main outlet.
So what was the biggest mind shift that you had to go through to get yourself out of that rut, out of that dark place, and really open up this new chapter in your life?
I had to sort of hit a bit of branches on the way down, and for me, I had to just stop drinking, and I had to just get my head right. But it was also just trying to, learn to take yourself more seriously and way less serious at the same time.
Yeah,
it's like
difficult.
It's like you don't have to be. Not everyone's gonna be Freddie Mercury. And I always make a joke. Like Radiohead is one of my favorite bands, and they'll take years, and they'll almost go to these crazy asylums at the end of making these records. But someone skipped a song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone skipped it, and it's like, yes, it's taken him 6 months to write and all these kind of things.
Perfect in his head,
and it's perfect and everything. But you don't have to kill yourself all the time doing these things, So, but I do think the road can take its toll, definitely. Yeah, touring is a difficult thing.
Very, and especially when I think you're getting a little bit older,
Yeah.
You enjoy a soft mattress.
Who are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about myself. Because Nina just complimented you on you look 25.
Thank you, brother. I'm going with that one.
I can't tour anymore. I barely sit in the car for half an hour, and my back wants to kill me. So.
You'll enjoy it. Getting onto a bus, it's a different thing.
Ross, so there's a whole bunch of stuff happening, and new music, and we'll talk about the new music that's happening this year, because I'm sure there's more coming up. But would you mind doing a bit of a song for us?
Yeah.
You're also extremely cool when you do it live.
Thank you. This song is one of my latest songs, and it's manging with sort of my first ever hit that I wrote in high school. Oh, wish I could see you like the very first time. Wish I could hold you like I do in my mind. No, I don't have the answers. No, I don't even try. Oh, I feel I've been falling deeper each day. Oh, I feel I've been chosen, but there's no choice to make. Just wanna get close so they don't take you away. Yeah. And all I can say or do, 'cause I know I'm always better with you, even after all the things you've been through. It's all because of you. In a world with no secrets, in a world with no doors, in a room full of windows, why don't you open yours? Can you hear me calling from down on the road? They can set me on fire, they can burn through my skin, but beyond a high wire, my bones will never give in. Just wanna get next to wherever you are. Yeah, now that's all I can say or do, 'cause I know I'm always better with you, even after all the things you've been through. It's all because of you. It's all because of you. It's all because of you. Even after all the things you've been through now, it's all because of you. Release myself from holding back. I realize now my world's not flat. Open mind, open chord, open runways, open the doors today. So much to do, so little time. I think this just might blow my mind. I hope there's nothing overlooked, 'cause I just wanna shout out loud, oh, hello, 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 hello to the world I can't see. Whoa, I'm in a spin, I'm in a spin, I'll let it go once again. Yeah. Well, now that I have been set down, I don't ever want to leave. These things I never thought I'd see. Oh, hello, hello, hello.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Dames en heren, Ross Learmonth.
Wow.
Jeez.
Thank you.
That song just takes me back.
Takes me back.
It's amazing.
Can I just tell you, Nina's probably heard this story, but I keep on adding to the story as our journey also progresses on radio together. And we had a very successful school band back in the day called Kenya Maoma.
Kenya Oma, yeah.
And I mean, that's where my back injury started with the touring and the
Moshing.
stuff from that back in those days.
Yeah.
En een van die heel eerste songs wat ons ooit gespeel het, want ons lead singer Willie was 'n groot Prime Circle fan.
Brilliant.
And he loved Ross. En ons het by die Wildsfees het ons Hallo gecover.
En dis waar jy famous geword het.
And you know that put us on that cover on that specific Wildsfees put us on the map. And after that, I mean, endless touring and chicks parties.
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy.
The real rock star lifestyle. Thanks to that song.
Awesome.
So it really just takes me back.
Yeah, man.
But there's nobody in this country that'll be able to sing that song except you.
Shot, thank you, man.
Yeah, it's so right down your alley. Any ander ene wat jy gesing het? You say you wrote that in high school.
I wrote Hello in high school, actually.
Really?
I wrote Hello in standard.
Both of those songs, because it's a bit of a
Standard
mashup.
eight.
And then, this Because of You was written recently. So it's sort of like they're both in the same way. They're sort of similar in a way. Yeah, there's something around them.
You were 16 years old when you wrote Hello?
I started, because when you see the chords on it, it's very big, like it's quite young, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know how to play the guitar. What's changed, I don't know.
You just got like three power chords and you sorted.
3 power chords, and it changed. And I was living in Middleburg and Mpumalanga, and I
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah, the coal dust behind my ears.
Yes.
And I wanted to get out of town. I wanted to say hello to the world. I was desperate. Yeah.
Wow.
And here you are.
Yeah. I said
And that
hello.
song just massive from 16 years old.
I remember going to, what was that club in Hatfield Square at the top there?
Your drop zone.
Drop Zone.
Yeah.
And I had to dodge the bouncer. He was always looking out for English guys. And then you get in, and I saw a beautiful girl at the bar, and I always tell this joke. It's not a joke, it's a true story. I walked up to her, and I was going to buy her a drink, and she looked at me, and Hello came on. And she went, "Here is my jam!" And she ran off into the crowd and never got to buy her that drink.
Little did she know.
She sang it to you.
She could have had all the hellos she
all
wanted.
the hellos and goodbyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She gave me
You
goodbye.
What a story.
So first,
That's
Drop
probably
Zone.
the only time ever you were like, dang, why did I write that song?
Yeah, exactly.
first of all, Johan en Keith en die man het af wat altyd by Drop Zone
Keith,
gestaan het. Nou
that
weet
was the
nou
fastest
weet julle.
man.
Ja.
Julle het die verkeerde Engelsman uitgehou en van daai
Hierdie Engels, ja.
daai een cherry. Sorry Goose. Jy weet. You missed out.
Jam.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the new music before we get to the latest single. You know, what have you been working on? What's been the main focus of your new music this year?
I'm just enjoying the solo thing, you know, just being in a room, completely chasing down everything that I really want to chase, and going on weird tangents, but finding such lovely things. So I'm trying to just be more around my voice and around the messages that I'm trying to say.
And also more gigging.
Yeah, the gigs are so nice. It's been a beautiful journey building up to these shows. I've got the Goo Goo Dolls tomorrow, which is going to be massive. Yeah.
Wow.
That's massive.
Are you also a fan? Are you going to fan?
I am, yeah. I've played with them before at the 46664.
Yeah.
So it'll be quite nice to see.
Yeah, that was ages ago.
Ages ago, and it was such a great time. And like the shows for me is like your CDs, and they don't exist anymore. But your music out there is sort of your business card.
Yeah.
And your show is the real thing. That's where it's all made.
Luister net, die Goo Goo Dolls is hulle cool ouens.
Yeah, they were lovely. They were so down to earth, and I've never really met some bad musicians, to be honest.
Really?
I've only met bad managers.
Yeah, that happens.
Managers
Rude
are
managers.
hardcore. They like a lot of the time, internationally. But then there's a lot of good ones as well. But I just met a couple of really tough, individuals.
But when you were at the 46664, you were still with the band, or were you also
still with the
playing
band.
solo?
Yeah, I was still with the band. Katie Malua winked at me.
Oh.
I'm still convinced she fell in love with me that day, Katie.
Yeah, she was a
And your
cutie.
jam.
Yeah. 9 million bicycles.
With that frisk ken of hers. That's the first thing when I see that album. And just before we go to the break, we had Dozy in here the other day.
Yeah,
and he said the exact same thing. This year, it feels like all the musicians have this renewed passion for what they do.
Going back to the roots almost.
Yeah.
And he literally stripped everything. He's selling the restaurant and everything. He wants to get his music out and he wants to perform. He wants to be in the music with the people.
Yeah, I did the sermons with Dozy. It was quite nice to actually just hang out. I don't get to see him, especially in the touring stuff. I never see the guy. And I only saw him a few years ago playing, and we just got some time to hang out. And it was lovely to speak to an icon like that, just
fantastic.
Hear the stories.
Yeah.
Wanneer ons gaan nou verder kuier saam met Ross, ons gaan hom vra om nog 'n liedjie te doen ook, en ek sien die WhatsApp lyn is al klaar besig om op te blaas. Almal geniet dit so baie. Maar voordat ons by
this one is called Honey. It's sort of about, like, this for me, it was a lot about my recovery, but it's a love song in a sense, but it's sort of if you ran out of time kind of thing, you wish you could have made amends.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different sort of subjects that fly through this song.
Okay, here we go.
We're dreaming of outer space now, honey. And so far removed, I can't feel my own face. But I'm here where it's real, where we face what we feel. But I'm dreaming of outer space now, honey. I thought I would have meant it, but the timing ran out. That would be the end of it, but it's only starting to hurt right now. I'm hoping for a better day as the sun rays go down. I felt every word you said, but I was tongue-tied and scared somehow. I would have been okay if I just got out of my way. Dreaming of outer space now, honey. And so far removed, I can't feel my own face. But I'm here where it's real, where we face what we feel. But I'm dreaming of outer space now, honey, with you. Said, oh, with you. Why don't you see me, honey? Feel me, honey? Don't you walk out the door? Just hold me, honey. Move me, honey. Hope is all I'm waiting for. Don't lose me, honey. Choose me, honey. You're the one I'm fighting for. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's all for you. It's all for you.
Dames en heren, Ross Learmonth, mate, honey. You make it look so easy.
Yeah.
And we got a message all the way from the UK saying, massive shout out to Ross. You cannot be replaced. Your voice is amazing. We are massive fans. We live in the UK now, and I've seen you in Amsterdam a couple of times. Also in George, for the first time in Neisner. We've bumped into you at the George airport as well, and then there's a photo of you and it looks like Karika's husband. You're both looking very cool there.
Wow, that's what we do.
Yeah, just wake up in the morning and I'm just cool like that.
Yeah.
Ons gaan nou weer saam met Ross kuier. Ons gaan net gou vinnig na die
Our Opposites was released in February, but then you were in Cape Town, so we had to wait to have you in studio to chat about the song. So tell us about it.
Opposites. It's sort of written about my life, my parents. My parents are Scottish and English from close to Glasgow and then close to Newcastle before they the Geordie Shore, before they turned orange. My mum was there. So
that's rough.
So she's a Geordie,
Yeah.
And then my dad's a Scotsman. So I was born with quite a war inside of me. So it's the same with them. They're both very different. Like he likes things his way, and my mum likes, and they've lost it together forever. But they're definitely opposites attract.
Yeah.
And I find that in my relationship as well. Like, I was this late night guy. I was like always drinking and just partying and everything. And my lady was not the same. She was a big drinker though. And we both sort of helped each other in our own way and became, sort of those opposites of the things that sort of helped us. And I've seen that, sometimes it's the opposite thing you think you need that will help you,
Yeah.
Listen, but before we get to the song, tell me about Christmas at the Learmonth house.
Oh, they throw presents.
They throw presents.
Yeah, and I'm the Grinch. They call me the Grinch because I'm usually on tour and I'm with my roadies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've spent so many roadies with like two strange dudes with like 3/4 pants.
Why is that a thing with roadies?
I don't know. Like roadies, they don't sell long pants. There's like a
That's a roadie pants.
We
tape.
call it in Afrikaans. It's okkiebroeke.
Okkiebroeke.
Yeah, because it's the
sound guy says
okkie lankie.
Ek het okkie.
Yeah.
That's okkiebroeke. Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy. So, but Christmas at your house, is there the two different accents as
Definitely,
well floating
yeah.
around? It's the Scottish one and then the...
They usually just tell each other to shut up these days.
Really?
Just shut up. Oh, shut your mouth. It's like I Married an Axe Murderer. I don't know if you remember that movie, I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my house.
Yeah. But they're still happy and still together
They're
in their way.
They're still together.
But you still have a little bit... That Scottish
Every
sits
now
quite
and then.
nicely.
Thank you. It comes out every now and then. It's because
Yeah, it's
I
very
grew up
smooth.
wanting to be like my dad, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it stuck a bit.
Do you still casually run around in kilts and stuff when you have the chance?
I do, yeah.
With no undies on?
My woolly hangs out the bottom.
Yeah.
But no, I do. If I get a chance to wear a kilt, I'm very happy to wear one.
Yeah.
Did you ever learn the bagpipes?
My mother wanted me to do it. She
Yeah.
was worried that I was going to be useless. So she wanted me to become a musician. And she made me a musician. Useless musician.
But did you do the bagpipe thing?
They wanted, because you can get like a lot of work,
Yeah.
playing the bagpipes.
Yeah.
I actually still,
Where?
I
Funerals.
still-
At
funerals
Scottish
and
funerals.
weddings, yeah. It's Scottish, like bar mitzvahs. Yeah, but no, I wish I could. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
I actually did a race just down the road the other day. It was just a 10K, and there was a random bagpipe band at K number 7. And
So
I
you ran
loved
away.
it.
Oh, you
No, I
enjoyed it.
loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I had goosebumps all the way. It gave me new vuma.
New energy.
Yeah.
So, except now for opposites that dropped, what's happening later this year? Are we seeing new releases as well?
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing out a new song very soon as well. I'm busy working on it. A couple of months, May, looking around there. And then I've got some shows. I've got Railways coming up.
Okay, when is
Yeah,
that?
that's
When
on
is
the
that?
10th of May.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
in Centurion,
Centurion.
obviously.
That's
Might
close
leave
to
a
Nina's
valley.
house, actually.
Oh, there we go. So you
Yeah.
have no excuse. And then 29th, I'll be at 29th of May. I'll be at Haito Taito in Midstream.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow night, Goo Goo Dolls.
The Gugu Dolls. I've never played Voortrekker
Voortrekker
Monument.
Monument.
I've only gone to watch there, so this is a huge moment.
You have to call
for me.
Steve. You have to call Steve up and ask his advice.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
he
like-
played there a lot.
He's played there a lot.
Yeah, he's like the ambassador of the Voortrekker Monument.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so he'll give you some advice of what to do, where the acoustics are the best, and
There we
all of
go.
that stuff.
Okay.
But listen, just
So-
before we get into opposites,
Yeah.
are you now jumping on that bandwagon as well, where we'll see you drop singles throughout the year instead of just sitting down and writing a whole piece of music for an album?
So it's building up to be an album.
Okay.
So I'm just releasing as we go. It's a bit more cost effective, in terms of doing a big chunk of a record.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's just been it's a good thing right now to be releasing, because I don't want to settle for one sound right now. So I'm trying to figure out and be as eclectic as I can be. So I'm trying to bring out as much
and
stuff.
then you'll pick the songs that you want to put onto the album.
Yeah.
For the whole journey of the album.
For this one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next one, I think, will be a concept, potentially.
Isn't
full
it a little
record.
bit more scary though? Because now you're putting out a single, and that single needs to be good.
Yeah.
Whereby if you put out an album, you've got, let's say, 10 songs.
And the hidden soundtrack.
And people will naturally gravitate to one or two songs on that album.
Yeah.
Every single time. So you'll have a hit on an album, but they had 10 to choose from. Now you're only giving them one, and they either like it or they don't like it.
I think the difference now is that you've got 10 to 100 to pick from behind the scenes now.
Got it.
Instead of you, and then you pick that out of the, instead of people listening to the record and then picking out of that 10. And then you've just spent like $500,000, million rand, whatever you spent on that record. So in this way, you can write the songs and they don't have to be maybe produced to the maximum yet, and you can pick which ones you know are sort of going to be great. And that's sort of a different way of doing it, especially now with things being so quick and trends, and it's a different thing depending on how you're writing.
Is there any secret sauce that you've picked up in the industry over the years of like choosing the right song?
Be yourself. You have to own your own sound.
Yeah.
I think otherwise you're lost in the noise. You have to have your own sort of thing. And it is tricky to do that. It is very tricky.
Yeah.
So Ross wants to sound like Ross. You don't want to sound like anybody else out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people that I would love. I mean, I love from the acoustic stuff like Bon Iver, but I'd love to be like CeeLo Green, Gnarls Barkley.
Wow.
And push it all the way.
That's two sides of the spectrum.
Two sides of the spectrum. So I'd love to be more funky. I'd love to be more, I'd love to write R&B. I just go all over the place.
No country for Ross.
I'd love to try a country. I've actually written.
Your voice will work.
I wrote
with
a lot
country.
in Nashville, and I've got a couple of country songs that are in the wings.
Cool.
So yeah, there's the Nashville tapes. I might release those.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
that'll
make
be
us a
cool.
promise at least for me and Nina. When the Nashville side of Ross comes out, please come and give us the debut here.
I will do that definitely
Because
I'd love
I
to
think
do
that'll
that.
be fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
there's-
like Nina said. I think your voice will just fit perfect.
Thank you. I write like really sad country songs.
Yeah,
So those are the
that's
best
what we want.
kind.
But country songs are sad.
Yeah, no.
Please just make sure there's something about a truck in there.
Yeah, there is.
And some kind of direction, northeast,
But
southwest, or
he
something.
doesn't talk about a truck, he talks about a bakkie.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do
You gotta call it a bucky.
Scottish country.
Yes.
We're
We're
onto
taking
something.
our time down there to buy the truck. Nah, it doesn't
Yeah.
work. It sounds a bit
Breeze singing from the east.
Aye.
You
What
know?
is that? That's more Indian.
When you do not my Indian. No, this is getting out of hand. All right, Ross Learmonth. As jy dit gemis het, ons sal die onderhoud vir jou ook op YouTube sit. Always a pleasure, my friend. Thank
Always
you so
a
much.
pleasure. Thank you guys.
Have a
What
lovely
beautiful
weekend.
Friday.
Ons sien jou binnekort by een van die goeders en ek
95.5